right, we are live on YouTube. Just a second. Okay, hello YouTube. Hello everyone. Well, my name is Fernando. Today I am replacing Mariana on this meeting here on TNT. TNT is a conversation platform for all levels of English speakers and not just English, Spanish, Italian, and French too. And today we're going to talk about happiness. It's like a friend of mine was saying is important. Talk about happiness sometimes. And I believe that will be a very interesting topic. And let me explain really quickly how it's going to work. This is not a class. I'm not here as a teacher. We are all free to make mistakes. Nobody will correct you. Nobody will being judged here. And we just have to follow 3 essential rules, which are be respectful, don't correct anyone, and enjoy it, have fun. Today, we have 4 people, including me, so there is no need to split in breakout rooms. And I'm going to try something different today. I hope it works. I will just share the first question. Let me share here, which is not exactly a question. It's just a comment to introduce ourselves and share something that brings us happiness. Let's try this first, and then I explain how it will work today. Gabi, could you introduce yourself and share something that brings you happiness?
Yes, so my name is Gabriele. I'm 31 years old. I'm from Rio Grande do Sul, but 2 years ago, I came to Rio, and now I'm living in this beautiful city. I'm a food engineer, and I work as a science entrepreneur. I really like to play yoga on my free time or taking care of my plants. I don't have pets yet, but I intend to adopt one. I really like music and movies and series. That is something that I really like to include on my free time and stay with my friends here. And something that brings me happiness, I think it's food. Because when I eat something that I really, really love, like pizza or cheese with apricot or chocolate, I don't know, many foods, I think it brings me happiness and instantly. So, and music, of course, I have my favorite bands, and then this brings me happy in a fast way, you know? So
yes.
I need to choose other one?
Yeah, please. Go ahead.
Okay, so Fernanda.
Okay. I'm Fernanda. I am 23 years old. I'm from Rio de Janeiro. I am an industrial chemistry student, and I am an intern in a cosmetic company. I really like reading books. I like watching TV series, and I am with Gabriele. Food brings me happiness a lot, but also being with my family in a family reunion, and these moments I feel it brings me happiness. Oh, what about you, Ricardo?
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. Fernando and Gabriele, thanks for sharing. I'm 30. I live in São Paulo, in the south part of São Paulo. I'm an intern, I'm an internship like Fernanda, but I have studied letras in college for 4 years now, so I'm in the language area. Study languages and English and my area is one of the things that bring me happy. brings me happiness. Just one of those. I work in a private school. I didn't say that. So I speak English with a bunch of kids yelling at you since 7th grade until 9th grade, especially sometimes in high school either, but mostly in these grades. And it's very challenging and very rich at the same time because it's very different from this type of conversation. So it's nice. I guess everything that makes me peaceful somehow brings me happiness because I saw a little bit time ago that in a neuroscientific stuff that happiness actually it has to do with things that brings you peace, not excitement, itself. So do the things you enjoy, be with your friends, be with your family and stuff. I guess it's the best way of dealing with anxieties of the day-to-day. So as a person that has anxiety and stuff, I like to be peaceful and read books. I love to read, try to read in English. It's a very good thing to do. And I enjoy watching TV shows as well. So listen to music. That's it.
Awesome. I'm also graduated in Letras. I always say that I'm graduated in languages because we don't have a word in English for that, but the real course is Letras as well. And I also have this goal to start giving English classes, probably this semester. I used to say next semester, but we already are in the second semester, basically. So this semester. And I live in Brasilia, as I said. I am 33 years old, and I'm a host here every Friday, 5 p.m. So next Friday, you are invited to my meeting as well as Mariana's meeting, 4 p.m. All right. So today,
I just want to say something. Could I?
Yeah, sure.
I so totally disagree with that name in English of our course because languages it doesn't fit very well with our course because language in Portuguese could be two things. Just in English it has one word, just one word. So languages could be línguas and linguagens in general. So but in that specific case, I guess it's more like línguas, and it doesn't fit with our course in general because we study beyond línguas. It's not just línguas. Of course, it's línguas, but it's language. It's linguagem in general. So
Yeah.
it's way more than just línguas. Just study Spanish or English. So I want to just say that.
Yeah,
That's
I totally agree.
yeah.
Totally agree. I took a lot of time researching about other name to use it, but unfortunately there's not. But I totally agree with you 100%. And something that brings me happiness is when I complete something, some task. I feel relief, as you said, Ricardo, gives me peace. So it's great. I've just finished a course from work that I was doing. I finished today, and I'm so relieved. So those things brings me joy. All right. I was thinking before this meeting of other type of dynamics, and I thought that in real life conversations we don't know what is going to be the next question. It's a surprise. So I'm going to share my screen here And instead of the questions, we have numbers for us to choose. I don't know the order as well is in a random order. I put the questions that Mariana prepared, and I also put 5 more different questions about the same theme, happiness. So let's start with you, Fernanda. Would you choose a number, please?
Number 9.
Let's see. What word would you use to sum up your life?
This is difficult. A word. Let me think. I would say family. Well, for the reason I said, it brings me happiness and it brings me feel great. I would say that.
Nice, nice. You enjoy being with your family?
I enjoy, especially my mother. We have a very good relationship. We spend hours talking. So yeah.
Awesome. How about you, Gabriele?
Oh my God. I think I'm not proud of it, but I think the words that describe my life at this moment is work. So I'm working a lot. And I think, I don't know, maybe 80% of my time is dedicated to my work because it's my own company, it's my own projects, and I need to put the efforts to do the things. And I'm not proud of it. I think I would like to have more time to do other things in my life and to have other words to answer this question. But I think at this moment, this is the words.
But I think actually you should be proud because it's a difficult thing to have like the word that sum up your life in the moment, and you have work, which is something that gives you happiness in the end of the day, I guess.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel so proud of the achievements that I have in my work, and it's different. It's different when we work to another company that's not yours. So in this case, it's like, oh, this is my project, this is my company, and I have a proposal to do the things. It's more, I don't know, it's like a part of me. So
awesome, great. Thanks for sharing with us. And you, Ricardo?
I would say anxiety, but I guess it could be a little bit hard on the meeting. So I would say knowledge in general. I love to meet new things, new persons, new stuff in the world. So got knowledge from somewhere. It's a great thing to do. It brings me joy, brings me a sense of living that makes me alive, feel alive, you know. But this is very connected with what I do for a living. So study letras, it's what I always wanted to do. So I approach this in my life as a job, you know. It's what I feel that I fit to do that. So that's nice. And I would say that do other stuffs in my free time is as well as good. So like as I said before, right? Stay easy at home, just reading a book or just doing something. I guess it's a nice thing to do. So I would choose another word that is peace. I don't know.
Nice, nice. I can totally relate with that, with this knowledge and peace, of course, part. Um, be, uh, for me, I would say learning, a word that sum up my life, but knowledge would fit as well, because I'm always trying to learn something new, and I'm really a researcher, so I am all the time researching things and learning different things. And through this knowledge, this learning, I change a lot. I'm not the same person as I was 1 year ago. I'm a very different person. So, and yeah, it's kind of sum up my life, this changings, this learning process, and so on. Ricardo, let's start with you this time. Please choose a number.
Cool. Number 7, please.
I love the sound. What is the meaning of happiness for you?
I guess, as I said before, not be too euphoric. I guess the word of for it is euphoric. I don't know if it's right, but I guess when you're too happy, you know, like agitated, it's almost like something that it's over, like something that's is too much, you know, like it seems like it's a symptom. It's not a consequence of your good life. Like it could be the other part of sadness, I guess. You know, sometimes you're desperate to be happy and try to be euphoric. It's not the same thing. So that's why I choose this thinking that peace could be more rightful, I guess, to be on that place. So I guess in that thinking, thinking about the neuroscientific stuff, thinking about the hormones that is inside of us, the dopamine, I guess it's dopamine, the hormone that brings you the need and the strength to seek things at the world is not a hormone that brings happy. It brings motivation, I guess. And oxytocin, I guess, it's the hormone that brings you more relaxation and more peaceful way of living. So I guess that's kind of what I think about it.
Yeah, there are many different stages and kinds of happiness. I agree with you that a stage of excitement, but there is also this state of peace and just relaxation, which is good too. And you, Fernanda?
For me, happiness means a positive way to see life, because for me, happiness is a state of mind. It's how you see things. Because for some people, you can have a few things and be happy for having them, and for other people that have this kind of things, or money, a home, whatever, and they can not be happy. Sometimes they don't feel this way. So there's also that phrase that people say that some people see life with a empty glass or a full glass of water. So it's more like how you see things. Or for me, happiness is how do you see life, the positive way or something like that.
Nice, very nice perspective. Ah, no, let's listen Gabi first, then I will say something.
I think my answer is related what Ricardo and Fernanda said before, because, and I'd like to add something. I think the meaning of happiness changed during the life, because when we are a teenager, and I listened to a podcast about it in the last couple of days. When we are a teenager, we find happiness in different things in life, like in a weekend with friends, in a things that you do when we are a teenager. It's a state of exciting, and we feel happiness in things that we don't feel more when we grow up. Like nowadays, if I don't know, if I get a ticket to a show, it's okay for me. But when we look to the teenagers trying to get tickets to Taylor Swift shows, it's in a different way, because for them it's a special thing. It's a thing too related to happiness, a momentary happiness. So I think when we grow up, the things that makes you feel happiness is totally different. And I think when we grow up, we try to find something that brings you more peace and brings more state of mind. We try to find the happiness in things that brings you this type of feelings, like a peace or a state that you not for how to say, things that are not profound, you know. Okay, I think in daily life sometimes you feel happy because you finish a task, but it's not a profound happiness. It's like a thing that you feel at this moment and pass, and then it pass. But in a more profound way, we try to find happiness in other things more bigger, in things bigger than the other. I don't know if you can understand what I'm trying to explain, but I think what we consider today, what is happiness, maybe 10 years before we change it, because life is changing and the perception of happiness changing too.
Do you think that happiness is can be a continuous stage or just a momentary stage?
It depends. We can find happiness for a moment, like when we, I don't know, when we buy something that we really like and we sold money to do it. It's like an achievement for you. Or we can find happiness when we realize that we are with your family, when we are building a family. I don't know, I think we have both. But when we grow up, we try to find more sense of happiness in profound things, you know?
Yeah, very good answer. I totally agree with you and with all of you, actually. I would add, I was thinking about this perception of happiness being a momentary or a continuous stage. And I really believe that it's like a momentary stage that is something that we pursue, something that we are pursuing during all our lives. Since from the moment that we was born and we don't know what it is. Happiness, we are babies, but we want things that make us feel good, and that sensation is happiness. And we do this during all our lives, pursuing those moments. Sometimes those moments are bigger, sometimes are small moments, but I believe that for me, something like that. It's little moments. All right, now I'm gonna choose a question here. Number 3. If you could live someone else's life, whose would it be and why? Whoa, this is difficult. I think I would be some rock star, some pop star, something like that, because I would like to feel this sensation of having a stadium singing something that I wrote. So I think it must be very rewarding, and would give me chills. So yes. I think I would be some rock star. I don't know how to choose one person. And you, Ricardo?
This is a difficult one. I guess I wouldn't be a rock star, never. I hate fame and exposition and exposure and stuff. Not for the exposure itself, but the big exposure like these kind of people, right? It's too much. It's you lost all your privacy and stuff. So you're just seeing the bright side of it, Fernando. So I would say a rock, not star, a person that plays rocks just for fun, that is not famous or something, and he gets this recognition of his music somehow in some level, but he doesn't lose he doesn't lose his privacy and stuff. So and I couldn't do him a name, so because I don't know him yet. But I guess that's it. I guess I wouldn't be anyone else. So I like to be on my own. I guess I'm just answering that because I am me, like with my feelings and thoughts. Probably if I would be someone else, I probably say something else. So it's a hard question to answer because it's a paradox, right?
Yeah, it's a very difficult question, and you don't know him because he's not famous. So yeah, makes sense. And you, Fernanda?
I don't have anyone in mind. I think I would be someone from my profession that I admire for their work, their ideas, the way they deal with people, how they manage our team. I admire people who are like that. So I would be someone that is good at they do what they do, has a great job and has good relationships. It's a good person. Something I don't have someone specific, but someone that I want to be someday, that I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah, it's so difficult. I'm still thinking in the answer, because I said that, but it's difficult to have the cons to the best is being yourself always. And you, Gabi, who do you choose?
I wouldn't be anyone else as me, but if I could have the life for one day, just for an experiment, I'd like to be one of the Kardashian girls. I don't know, just to have money and don't worry about it and don't have big problems to worry about it. just for fun. No, I'm kidding. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a person who lives a nomad life, like travel around the world and working in a nomad way, like a digital nomad, I don't know. Or maybe with a person who has different professions as me, like a chef, a cooking chef, or I don't know, maybe just to learn something, just to have opportunity to learn something different, like I don't know, but not a rock star or people who are in the sports, because it's it's not for me.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Fernanda, it's your turn.
Question 5.
How do you maintain happiness during challenging times or adversity?
I have some things that I do. I like watching movies and TV series just to distract my mind. And I like doing exercise because it brings me a good feeling of it's just a time that I don't think about anything else. I just turn off my mind. So it brings me this um I wouldn't say happiness, but I would say a good feeling about myself. And talking with my family and listening to music. I think things that just distract my mind of the difficult time that I live in.
Yeah, I follow your receipt 100% because it's exactly what I do. I watch movies and series, go for a walk, and listen to music. And as you said, it's not for maintaining happiness, but just to be out of that sadness stage, I think. And you, Ricardo?
I guess I maintain happiness during challenging times or adversity. Remembering that times like that passed, the happiness is not just too far away from that moment. That to have happiness, you have to be in times like these of adversity and challenging with challenging stuff. So I guess it's to be a grown-up, to like Fernanda said, do basic things. Don't forget that you are a human being that needs to eat and exercise and do stuff. That's what I was already saying before. It has to do with simple kind of happiness in day-to-day life, that like when Gabriele said that this is not a profound way of happiness. I guess it's the other way around. Like it's the deepest kind of happiness, because it's so prosaic, so day-to-day kind of happiness. So that's so hard to see happiness in the little things, and in times like we have problems to solve. It's so hard to be distant from your problems normally. So I guess you have to sometimes to see life in general with a more holistic way, in general.
You pointed out something very interesting, that is that nothing lasts forever. It's a nice mindset when you're gonna face something different, something difficult in your life. And I try to do this. I recently went through a surgery that I was very worried about it, and that was my mindset. Nothing lasts forever. We'll pass, so I will be okay in a month. And I think that's a good thing to bear in mind. And you, Gabi?
We both stole my answer because I don't words how to answer now. Because in a practical way, I do the same as Fernanda said about I try to take care of myself, doing things that makes me happy in a fast way, like watching movies and series, stay in my own company, and doing things that brings me happy in a fast way. But in a more profound way, I do the same as Ricardo said. I try to recognize the other moments in my life that I passed through a difficult situation, and I try to have a positive look at the situation. Like it doesn't last forever, so it's the same answer. And it's curious because when we are in a good moment in life, like we are so enjoying something in life, we have the same thoughts, like it doesn't last forever, and we try to enjoy more. Like when I went to my favorite band show, during all the show I put on my mind this thought, like it doesn't last forever, so I need to enjoy more and more and remember. And this is the one thing that when I'm so sad, I remember this day. I try to remember good days in my life to put my more energy and put more good feelings in myself, in my mind. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy that you brought this thing here, Ricardo and Gabi, because this is kind of my motto nowadays. Nothing lasts forever. So it's like you said, it works for good and for bad things. That's awesome.
I guess it seems like sometimes when we say that things don't last forever, it seems like a business kind of mindset, right? But if you're not thinking in make money with that thought, if you really think about that, we are made of sadness and happiness and good and bad feelings, right? So the bad feelings are an opportunity to us to understand why those feelings are there, because there's something wrong. There is something wrong with your life, in your life, that you're feeling that. So it's an opportunity not just to be good after that, just to see through you, just see inside of you for better things in the future, and then happiness as a consequence. Not that be sad is good. It's not like that, because sometimes we listen stuff like that, that mostly business people, like feel sadness, you have to suffer to achieve great things, and you're like on the streets, living on the streets and something.
Yeah, and this sentence itself, nothing lasts forever, it has some kind of melancholy on it, but it's not. It's a normal thing that we need to get used to, for good things and bad things as well, for life in general. I agree.
I'd like to sorry.
No,
I'd like to
please.
say something, because about this mindset, I think when we are young, like a teenager, we don't have this perception. When when I was young and something bad happened to me, it's like, oh my God, the world's end. And when we getting older, we have another perspective about that situation. We try to learn something about the challenges, and we like to have a more positive view of the situation. And I think this not happens when we are so young. And I think when we getting older, when we have, I don't know, maybe 15, 16, we are more mature to handle difficult situations, you know.
Yeah, it reminds me of a video that I watched yesterday of a child, basically a baby, saying that he would never love again because his heart was broke. So it's something like that. You don't have the maturity, you don't have the knowledge, and you're gonna learn that from experience. Gabi, would you choose a number, please?
10.
Which comes first, happiness or success?
I think happiness, because what is a success? I think the definition of success is different for each people, and I think happiness it's a thing that we don't live. We cannot live without it. So it's we need happiness during the life, during the little moments in life, and with your friends and with your achievements and your work, and I don't know, but I think, and I'm a businesswoman, and I don't agree with about the success before happiness. I think the first one it's so important in life, and success depends of what is success for you. Sometimes success is not to be rich, it's just to be a kind person. So
Yeah, nice answer. I totally agree with you. Well, we all need happiness. We try to get in this stage of success, but we all need happiness to survive little moments of joy. We need that. And you, Fernanda, what are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I agree with Gabriele when she said that it depends on the definition that the person gives to happiness and success. But for me, happiness comes first because I prefer and I try to be happy with little things like food and family. And if I wait just the moment that I would get success, I would never be happy because right now I end up in a way to achieve success, but I haven't got what I want as a success. But I don't see myself as a sad person because I'm not exactly where I want. I try to see happiness in other things, on the things that I do to achieve what I want, and I don't think happiness is just in when you get success or you need to get success to be happy. So, but it depends on if the person. Some people put their happiness in something they will achieve. If I get that job, I will be happy. If I get that, if I have a good family, I will be happy. But it's not the way that I prefer to live. So.
Yeah, I also don't believe in that definition of happiness, that you put yourself in that position. When I have that, I'll be happy. No, because when you have that, you're gonna need other things. You're gonna want other things, desire other things. So you will never be 100% happy. But it's a difficult question because of the definitions. We don't have the precise definitions. And you, Ricardo?
I guess you all said very well about it. Just in this case, stolen my answer. I guess when you think about success as something related to money, and as normally we do, we tend to fall in that wheel, in that mouse wheel, you know, like Fernando said, and Fernanda as well, that you're trying to achieve something, and when you achieve that, you need to another thing to achieve, and you're being like that forever in a looping. So I guess they come together and combined, like happiness and success. One thing happens because of each other. So when you're feeling success, you're probably happy because you're doing stuff that you want to do, that stuff that makes you comfortable and make you satisfied somehow, you know, like basic stuff, you know, basic in the sense that that makes the ground of your life, you know, not basic in the sense of a small thing. It's a big thing because it's what makes you a ground, a floor for you to pass through life, you know. And I'm a philosopher right now, so.
No, you gave a very complete and deep answer, and a very good answer, by the way. Ricardo, please choose a number.
The number 13.
13. What life-changing moments you have? No. Oh my gosh. What life-changing moments have you had in your life?
Okay. There are some moments that it was waters dividers, I would say, making a literal translation. That happened in my life, that like such as when I pass I got in the college, that I was I take too long to take in college. Like I entered in college with 25, 26 maybe. But I already was very sure about what I want to do, because I had a few years of therapy to reach that moment. And when I start therapy, it was a good moment, a good life-changing moment of my life, because it brings me a whole different perspective, a more general perspective of life, and what the things I was doing, and the things in the scenario I was in. So, but in general, I guess it's not moments that makes you who you are, you know. It's the how you do of how you make the process good, you know. When I pass in college was one moment. So these 5 years of college, it was so different. So it had ups and downs, and a very complex process. So that makes me so a better person so much, you know.
Yeah, those life-changing moments, sometimes we even realize that are life-changing moments, because of course there are some turning points in our lives, like I said, when you got in college, but there are, I think, more moments that you don't realize. Like in therapy as well. I was in a therapy process last year, and my life has changed over this process. And but I didn't realize, oh, now my life is changing. We just change. And you, Fernanda?
My life-changing moments is the same as Ricardo when I started my university, because when I start to get this opportunity, I study a lot. I'm studying at federal university, so I had to give my blood to get in. And when I passed it, I was 17 years old. And this point is you start to be seen as an adult. So when I was at school, it was really different. I didn't have to resolve anything, to get my documents, nothing. But when I started university, I was for myself. I had to do everything. I had more difficulties on the subjects, and the teachers, they don't take your hand. It's just you need to learn for yourself. I just here just for you to have questions, and you need to do things for yourself. And the people that I knew at the university was really different, people from different parts of Brazil on different ages. So it was a very life-changing moment in my life.
Yeah, I think all of us can agree that this academic part is a turning point in our lives, because it's something that we do for ourselves, like you said. I totally relate with that. And you, Gabi?
I totally agree with you guys. I think the most life-changing moments in my life is pointed in my academic career. Like as Fernanda said, I started my graduation course when I was 17. So it was a challenge for me. I need to learn how to study in a federal university and in a STEAM course that it's so difficult. And when I finished my graduation and start my master's, and then finished my master's and start my PhD, and I finished my PhD and came to Rio to do my postdoctoral. So more of my moments is pointed in my academic career. But when I came to Rio in 2021 to do my postdoctoral research, many things changed in my life. I need to handle with a new situation in my life, to live so how to say longe, so distant, so far. Thank you. So far with my family, and make new friends, and show the people who I am, because nobody knows me here, and show how I am in a personal way and a professional way. So I think the last 2 years was life-changing in my life. It's a huge period that my life is changing, and I changing my career also, because I planned to have an academic career, and now have an entrepreneur career. So I'm living this. But a lot of my moments in my life are pointed thinking about the degrees that I have in my academic background, you know. And I had one personal moment in my life that changed me a lot. That when I ended my longest relationship that I've ever had. So I stayed with a person for 7 years, and when we broke up, I needed to recognize myself again, and it was a long process, and it changed my life, you know. I need to recognize that what I want to my life, what I really like to do in my own company. When I need to recognize my real friends, the friends that are supporting me in this difficult period in my life. But it was a long time ago. I'm okay now, but I remember that I have it was a life-changing moment in my life.
Nice. I was just saying about this academic part, and you are the best example of this, of the importance of this. And I can relate to that feeling that you felt when you end your relationship, because I've been through something very similar last year, and it's a process. I think every big change that occurs around us is a process, and in a way or another is a life-changing moment. And I have a few as well, like when my son was born was a big life-changing moment for me, and when I passed on a public contest as well, and a lot of small pieces of moments that I didn't realize that were changing my life. Okay, let me stop the sharing. And we don't have time anymore. I hope you like it, this different approach here. I'm gonna share the survey, and you can say if you like it or not, and what did you think about the immersions. Give your thoughts there, and you can rate this conversation from 1 to 10. 1 to 10 or 0 to 10. I'm not sure, but I hope there is no 0 there. And
I really like this format, this dynamic that you bring to us, and I will copy in my immersions. So I really like it.
Nice. Thank you. It's good to hear, and feel free to copy, of course. Gabi is a host here every Wednesday, 7 p.m., right? That's it, guys. I hope you have liked it, and I really enjoyed have you here. Have a great weekend.
Thank you,
and see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.